have the Bengals coming off a bye. This is the time where they really start to kick it into gear, but they are 5.5 point underdogs on the road versus the San Francisco 49ers, who just lost back to back games in the Midwest, in Cleveland, and in Minnesota. The Bengals, little teetering on the edge. We don't know what they are. They don't know what they are so far. Haven't really been able to establish a running game. And then the San Francisco 49ers, no Trent Williams. He's injured right now. Deebo Samuel is going to be out another few games. And then we have the defense for the Cleveland Browns, though, that's been awesome all year. And Sam Hubbard has been stepping up. And then we've had just the middle of that defense be dominant, led by Lou Anarumo. And then we kind of saw signs of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase get on the same page, where they did it versus the Arizona Cardinals. And then they win a tough defensive battle versus the Seattle Seahawks at home. And then the 49ers trying to bounce back here.
Yeah. So if I'm Lou Anarumo, I look at the game plans that the Vikings and the Browns enabled and say, okay, we need to rough up this 49ers team. I think that's the way you beat them, is get in their heads a little bit. So I think Lou Anarumo will have a good game plan for him. That being said, the Bengals offense has been clunky at certain points. I think they're starting to piece things together. It gives me hope that they have a week to prepare for them, because like I said before, they have this tape that they've seen the 49ers kind of struggle the last two games. Fred Warner got banged up also in this past game, so that's a cause of concern for them. There's two angles you could take there. You could take, well, the 49ers haven't lost 3 straight games in a long time, but the Bengals, they look at their division, they see the Ravens, who are flying high. You have the Browns, who are flying high. You have the Steelers, who are flying high. You can't afford to lose this game. Well, the 49ers, the Rams, they're a good wild card team. The Seahawks, pretty much the same. I think the 49ers can afford to lose this game more than the Bengals do. So I think the Bengals go out there with some tenacity and they win this game.
Yeah, I agree, because with the Bengals, it seemed like Joe Burrow was hobbled a little bit, and then he started to get his speed back. He started to get his mobility in the pocket back, and this is still an offensive line that needed time to gel, had new pieces. We're bringing in some new talent there, and then we've had some injuries over the past few years, so it's an offensive line that hasn't had time to gel with Joe Burrow, and he was probably all bye week out there with T. Higgins, out there with Jamar Chase trying to get it right. So I saw Kirk Cousins go out there and do it, and this is really a must-win game for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm going to go Joe Burrow, just putting his team on his back, saying, hey, I was injured. We're down in September, but this is the time where we step up and win football. Lou Anarumo, excellent defensive head coordinator. And I think if anyone can game plan to stop the San Francisco 49ers, it's going to be a team like the Bengals, a team like the Browns. And then we saw the Vikings even do it. So go ahead and give me the Bengals in this game. And then Brock Purdy, it's tough, man. He's a young quarterback. He still has to go through those growing pains, and he's had all this talent, but it's like, we've seen Dak go through this early on in his career. We've seen every quarterback take some of those stumbles and then have a losing streak. I think he'll bounce back eventually, but without one of your best tackles, without one of your best receivers, this is a prime position for the Bengals to take advantage of a team kind of reeling on their heels coming off a bye week with a long time to game plan, with the tape from the Browns and the tape from the Vikings game now.
Yeah, they know exactly what they need to do, and I think that Joe Burrow, he also has some things to prove as well, because of the fact that he's been banged up. And now I think that ankle should be fully healed now. They have a lot of firepower, especially with some of the guys that are gone on the 49ers. I think they should be able to get things done.